right, Nick, let's talk about the New England Patriots. A lot of great news flying around New England lately. Some, second year guys coming in the season looking like they beefed up a little bit, looking back to form, specifically talking about Tyquan Thornton. Mac Jones looks like he's in control of the quarterback position already. But, Nick, there is another guy, a rookie, who is looking really, really interesting at OTAs. I think Bill Belichick is going to love this guy.
Yeah, Miles, I agree with you 100%. It looks like the Patriots have found themselves a hidden gem that could be a critical playmaker for them. But before we get into that report, Patriots fans, look, we know you guys are part of the greatest dynasty in professional football, maybe in sports history. You guys are some of the most insightful fans in all the NFL. And that leads us in my question for you guys today to answer in the comment section below. What is your most interesting, most creative take about the Patriots so far this offseason? Whatever it may be, whether it's a move the Patriots made that no one's talking about or a new strategy Bill Belichick and company and O'Brien as the offensive coordinator are implementing. Whatever it is, let us know what you think, the inside scoop of the New England Patriots that you know that nobody else does. Give us that info in the comment section below. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of today's video to hear a word from our partner of today's video, and that is Neuro. Neuro's got a lot of great products. It gives you a fast and easy energy boost. We love to take their mints and gums before the show. It gives us the spike of energy we need to produce this Patriots content. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to learn more about Neuro. And here's the most important part, to get access to our special discount code for the products. All right, Miles, what you got? What's the latest out of New England?
Yeah, Nick. So the picture I have on the screen to our right, your left, is that of Bill Belichick giving maybe like a quarter twinge smile, maybe, a smirk, some would call it. And this is the happiest we see Bill Belichick. And there's only two things that make him this happy, Nick. One is probably winning a Super Bowl, but two is something that he likes even more. And that's when he finds a dual threat player in the hidden gem realm, a guy that can do multiple things in an offense or defense that he can put just about anywhere and turn heads. You saw it in Julian Edelman. You saw it in a guy like Mohamed Sanu when he came over. You see it with all kinds of players. Yeah, he just does this time and time and time again, and he has seemed to potentially found another one in the undrafted free agent class, Nick. We'll get into the article here. Malik Cunningham's first open practice on the backfields at Gillette Stadium was a fascinating one. A standout quarterback at Louisville, Cunningham wasn't in a red non-contact jersey. He spent almost the entire session with the wide receivers, Nick. Given his athleticism, Cunningham ran a 4.53 second 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine, and he did not look out of place. Cunningham was targeted a few times in 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills, and the results were a mixed bag. After an early drop and Jack Jones' pass breakup, Cunningham made perhaps the catch of the day, leaping backwards to snare a Trace McSorley pass that was thrown slightly behind him. He's obviously green, but it looks like he has the raw tools to succeed as a wide receiver. This is a quote from Tyquan Thornton saying, "Seeing him do the thing he's doing at receiver, it is a thumbs up from me." He said after practice, Thornton said he was very familiar with Cunningham from his days as Louisville's quarterback, where the dual threat player threw for 70 touchdowns and ran for 50 more. Nick, this has got to have Bill Belichick grinning from maybe almost ear to almost ear, not quite all the way because I don't think he ever smiles quite that much, because he has finally found another guy to replace that Julian Edelman type player, a guy that was once a quarterback, now a wide receiver, but can kind of do just about anything that you want him to. I love these players. And I love when a team that can utilize them finds them. But I'm interested, Nick, what are your thoughts on Cunningham, and how do you think he will affect this Patriots team if he makes it?
Yeah, I think the Julian Edelman comps, or obviously it's early to get through there. It's important to understand what Julian Edelman can bring to an offense. And look, obviously he's was a very quick guy when he played, great route runner, tough, physical, all those things that look really great. But it's kind of the things you don't think about. It's the versatility. It's the fact that Edelman, being a quarterback in college, could throw the football. Obviously, the famous double pass against the Baltimore Ravens in the playoff game. I know you're very familiar with that. It's one of the great moments in Patriots history. One of the things the Patriots over the 2-decade run of dominance that they were incredible at, that some people tend to forget, is they were incredibly unbelievable at trick plays. Just of how versatile they could get. They could have guys do so many incredible things. A lot of times they were so effective. And it's so strange to think about, because when you have a quarterback in Tom Brady, who's the greatest quarterback to ever walk on the face of the earth, and you have all these great playmakers, whether it's Randy Moss, Robert Gronkowski, they've had Corey Dillon, Troy Brown, Deion Branch back in the day, so many great receivers and playmakers over the years. You wouldn't think that a team would have to rely so much on trick plays, but that's just the NFL. And the NFL, it's hard. If you go back to last season, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they literally have a first ballot Hall of Fame head coach, the best quarterback in the NFL, first ballot Hall of Fame tight end Travis Kelce, a top 5 offensive line, and arguably the deepest group of running backs and wide receivers in the NFL. And they run more trick plays than anybody, right? They did the ring around the Rosie huddle. They do the Travis Kelce under center stuff. They do all the kind of crazy formations. They do more trick plays than anybody. You wouldn't think they would have to, but that's just the reality of it in the NFL. It's hard to play offense. It's hard to execute continuously at the high level. That's why having a guy, going back to Julian Edelman, who can be versatile, who can do a lot of different things, who can give you the avenue to create trick plays, makes your offense that much better. It makes one drive a game that much easier because you can use a trick play to advance the ball down the field. It saves you 5, 6, 7, 8 well-executed plays and well-executed play calls. That's what the Chiefs do with their trick plays, and that's exactly what Cunningham will give the New England Patriots going into the fall. He will give them a chance instead of having to grind, right? Last year, their offense wasn't such a grind. It felt like everything was so hard. It was 3 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards. It had to be a perfect throw, a lot of third down conversion. It was just so hard to be consistent for them on offense. But you have a guy who can be a dynamic guy, a trick play guy, a guy who can, be a great athlete. Obviously, as a quarterback, can make some plays. He can make a drive shorter. He can create it. He can break something out. He can do a trick play. He can do a double pass, a 40, 50-yard play. And suddenly it's easier to score points. That's one drive that's easier. And this is all it takes sometimes to get things snowballing. I really like what Cunningham is showing for the New England Patriots right now. I think it's a great addition. It may take him a little while, like the report says, to get into the swing of things, but I think New England Patriots fans will learn to love this guy. All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big-time game-winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Mize. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.